Hi guys, it is Belle here and it is time for me to work on tag 22 of hashtag the Oddtober 25 challenge, hosted by April over at Pink Oddbird and Priscilla over at Release the Crafting. Links as always will be to their channels down below. Please do check them out. They are both so talented. I have been fans of them for so many years, so go and check those out. I know obviously it's not October anymore, but if you've been here from the start of this challenge, you will know that my daughter had her wedding at the start of October, so I got a few days behind. I've also been taking some days off over the weekends, sometimes a Saturday and Sunday, sometimes just a Sunday. So we're a little bit behind. Hopefully we can combine some of the tags coming up. I also haven't filmed for about 4 days, and so I'm feeling really kind of out of the filming loop. And if you can hear some noise, that's because one, I have my window open, and two, my washing machine is on. So I apologize if that is annoying, but it's just life. It's just what's happening today. So the last tag we found out that the spirits have been trapped in a time loop, and I did a waterfall for that. I'm so pleased so many of you liked that. I really didn't know how it was going to work for the prompt, but I'm glad so many of you enjoyed that. So prompt 22. So shaken, I run back to the basement where the Zoltar is. I scan the room and I see a crowbar on the ground. I use the beak of the crowbar to latch on and unplug the Zoltar. Now, if you know me, if you've been following a lot of these, you will know I don't have to put everything on there. I sometimes represent things, and I do want to sort of do a very basic interpretation of the prompt for today's one. By basic, I don't mean it's going to be simple. I just mean I'm not going to have everything on there. I'm going to interpret the prompt in the way I want to. So we're back in the basement. Now, for the previous basement tags, I've made some wall textured paper. I know Tony just recently did a video on making textured wall using the new Tim Holtz embossing folder. I will leave that linked below. However, I am going to be doing a video on how I make my wall, so to give you different options. However, I didn't want to make another wall. This is the only piece of the wall that I have left over. I wasn't expecting to be in the basement quite so much because I don't read ahead, so that's on me. But I do have some wall scrapbook paper, so I wanted to use this to give you guys another option of how to do it, because I know I've had a lot of you ask about how do I make my wall, and I didn't do a specific video on it. I did make one in a video, I think it was for Oddtober again last year, but after many of you have reached out and requested a tutorial on it, I'm going to do one. So that'll be coming maybe next week when you see this video. So I'm going to be doing that. But there is one, like I said, on Tony's channel about the stencil. So not the stencil, the embossing folder, which I am going to get. Even though I love making my wall my way, I am going to get the embossing folder too. So I'm just going to cut this down. This is some Tim Holtz. I think they're called the backdrop papers. Why is that so short? Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. What did I cut it as? I cut it as 3 instead of 3.5. Oh, my brain. As I said, guys, it has been a few days. Now, what I basically want to do is I just want to make a plug. That's all I want to do. I want to make a plug that we can take off and put back. So we're going to be using magnets. I'm not going to add the crowbar or anything like that. It's going to be interactive with being able to remove it. So I did a very, very basic outline of a plug. And I'm going UK plug, guys, not European or anything else. I'm going UK plug. It's going to have 3 prongs on it. That's what I'm going to do. So there we go. And I want to, the first thing I want to do, actually, what's the first thing I want to do is find a pencil. That's what would be good. I'm going to have this as front. This is my stencil anyway. But I'm going to turn this round, and on the back you can see how I started with the plug. Don't look at it too closely. We're going to do this. And I'm going to... I actually don't know how I'm doing this. I'm kind of just winging it. I have the idea. I don't know how it's going to come together. So, there we go. That's what you love to hear when you turn on to a video, isn't it? I'm just winging it. Now, I'm going to cut this out of my wall script paper, but I'm going to cut slightly on the inside. So, I'm going to just kind of, firstly, I'm going to poke a hole in here. I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to cut up and cut slightly on the inside. I really don't think this is going to work quite how I want it to, but we're going to keep going. That's all we can do. So I always find when I haven't filmed for a few days that I get, it's all right if it's over a weekend. I actually normally only take one filming day off over a weekend. Funny enough, it's Saturday I normally take off, because normally that is completely wonky. Because normally I film a lot on a Sunday. So you don't have a video go up on a Sunday, but I am filming on a Sunday. Let's just ink around this. Now I can't glue it down yet. I'm going to ink around it in some black soot. So... but to have several days off because it is spooky season, and I just decided, one, I needed a bit of a break with my health being the way it has been. I can't believe it. I used the wrong one. I used ground espresso with my black soot dauber. Oh no. With my health being the way it has been this year, it is still improving, guys. But as I said, I think in a previous video, some symptoms have returned because I'm due a next lot of treatment at the start of December. But sometimes I just need some chill time, some quiet time, some self-care time. And that is basically what I have been doing. I just wanted to take some time out and really enjoy spooky season and everything. So I just haven't filmed, and it's been a bit strange. Now behind here, I actually want to put a piece of black card. I want it to look like the wall. Now, normally you would have, oh gosh, I don't even know, the plug socket bit. But we're not doing that. We're just going to put some black behind it. Oh my goodness me. So yeah, that's what we're doing, guys. And I'm not going to worry too much about it. I just want to get back into the feel of crafting, really. And I love this challenge, and I know you guys are excited to still see me doing it in November. But at some point, I do need to move on to other things. And I think that's in my head now, that I need to move on to different things because there's stuff coming up in December. So, yeah, there's all that. But I just love this challenge. And again, I've had some of you ask if I'm still going to be doing the second year's prompts, which I didn't do that year on camera. The answer is yes. I had fully intended to do those prompts in September. I actually wanted to do them into September so that you guys would be already in the mood and enjoying the story before the new lot of prompts came out in October. Just going to call it Oddtober now. That's it. It's no longer October, guys. It's Oddtober. But unfortunately, again, don't want to keep repeating myself, but unfortunately, life did not allow that to happen. So I intend to do them next year. I just don't know when I'm going to do them next year because I don't know if new prompts are coming out. I don't know what's happening. So I don't know when I'm going to do them, but I may do what I was planning to do this year, which is do them in next September, to just get us ready for spooky season. That's what I think I might do. And then once I've done that, I'm just gluing 2 pieces of thicker card together. Once I've done that, I might actually just go over all of the prompts together. Like I might show you a flip through of everything and almost tell you the long story. I don't know if any of you would be interested in that. If you are, let me know down below. I think I want this even thicker. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's my intentions. Fingers crossed that everything is okay enough, that is a possibility. Right, so we're going to do 4. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard to cut through. But that's okay. What did that get to? We'll do it to 3.5. Okay. So yeah, I hope you had a great spooky season and Halloween if you celebrate that, or whatever you did, or Samhain if you celebrate that. Oh my goodness, come back to me. So yeah, I hope you had a good one of those. Ours was fun. It was just a nice, chilled family time. Well, I say chilled. The actual day was so busy. It was ridiculous. But, you know. Right, so we have got 4 layers of quite thick card now because I want this to have a little bit of pop from the actual thing here. Now, I'm going to do something now to give it some time to dry. I don't know how much time it will need. I'm also now going to glue this onto here. Let's glue it down because that works best. And I've got to think about stitching and things. And then we'll get back to the plug. So I'm sorry, it's all over the place today. But yeah. I know some of you really don't like Christmassy festive stuff anyway. You just want spooky season all year. So hopefully having this into November when a lot of people are already in full-on Christmas making crafty mode, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy still seeing this in November. And I need to complete it. It's just that simple. It needs to be done. And I could have just done it all off camera, but I had promised you guys I would be doing it on camera and that you would see it into November. So, you know, that's good. Hold on. Sorry. I am having eyesight problems, guys. It's slightly linked to the other health issue that I've been having. However, I think it's just also other things. I did go to the optician. And have new glasses coming, so that should really help. I'm going around this in my actual black soot this time. That should really help me, but it's actually affecting my ability to craft on camera. So to do certain things like the cutting and that, I need to do it close up. So got new glasses, although I don't understand. I haven't had my glasses changed for my prescription for maybe 4 years, because the last time I went, they were like, well, there isn't much of a difference. You might as well keep your glasses. I was like, really? And then this time I went and I was like, look, I know there's a difference now. And they were like, actually, there really isn't much of a difference. It might be this, this, and this that's actually the issue. And I was like, are you actually kidding me? Like, how are you telling me there's no difference? Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting because I need to put 3 magnets. But these magnets are super strong, which you can see they just want to be near each other. And I need to put 3 magnets on here. That's what I need to do. Can you see where I'm going? You know where I'm going. Yeah, you know where I'm going. So, and also I want to make this wall. It's very nice as paper, but in reality we can make it grungier. So that needs to happen. Oh no, stay where you are. Stay. My gosh, I almost broke into the Shakespeare Sister song there. We don't want to do that. Anyway. So yes, I have new glasses coming, but she said one of the problems was, my optician, was that my eyes are super dry, which I've never struggled from in my whole life. But she says my eyes are exceedingly, like, ridiculously dry, and that's causing lots of the problems I'm having. That's what she reckons with my eyes anyway. We're going to move that to one side. So now I am on eye drops, which is interesting. So, sorry if none of you like eyes. I did all the other tests though, and like the in-depth tests, and everything came back well. When I tell you, I was so worried about those tests, because I just thought after the year I'm having and just how bad my eyes are feeling, I was really, really anxious about what those tests were going to show up, but apparently they were all good, so yay. But I just realised something. It's okay. Yes, so I have new glasses coming, and I have to take these eye drops like 4 times a day and use hot compresses at least once a day. I don't know. I think it's starting to help. But I seriously question when I was like, I haven't driven in months because my eyes are really bad, as well as the other symptoms I'm having. So I haven't driven in months and months. It's going to be, I'm going to have to practice before I get back in the car. But when she was like, oh no, you're at legal okayness to drive, I just looked at her and I went, are you sure? Because I feel like that's not right. She was like, no, honestly. I'm like, oh, okay then. Oh dear. I actually went for my eye test on Halloween, so as you can imagine, that was interesting. I've got some of this scrapbook paper. I just thought it might look fine as the plug. I kind of want this with the B, so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so I was just like, oh, okay. But there you go. Sorry if you tuned in and all you wanted was craft. I haven't seen you for a few days, guys. I feel like there's loads to catch you up on. But yeah, so new glasses coming. I've gone for a different style and a different colour. So that's going to be interesting. It's a colour I've never had before as glasses. And my son was like, well, I don't really like it. I think it clashes with what you normally wear. I was like, no, we're going to go for it. So I've gone for this really metallic purple. And there we go. I've had plain black glasses now for like 6-7 years. So I just wanted a bit of something else. A bit different. But anyway. So they should be coming in a couple of weeks, and I really hope these eye drops, I think I can see a difference with some of the symptoms I'm experiencing with my eyes, but it is not easy to administer them. So that's been interesting. That's been a bit of a challenge, but that's okay. Right. Enough about eyes, hey guys, sorry. So we've got our really thick. You see how thick that is? And we're going to put this. I hope this is the right way. I didn't actually, yes. I didn't actually put which side was which. Oh, dear me. Need to get back to making videos. So yeah, so some things I'm just struggling with on camera, which is why, like in the last video, I did the decorating off camera. Plus it was super dark that day. It's beautiful and bright today. It's lovely. Beautiful autumnal sunshine, which is really nice. But yeah, So I really hope that helps. And before any of you say, well, do you need reading glasses and things? I already have reading glasses, guys. So I have tried to use those as well when filming, but I don't like that. So, right, and I feel like I also want a bit of black on here too, on the back. I mean, most plugs are white-ish, but I want to go black. So let's bring on the white pen for this one. Is my white pen working? Would really help if my white pen was working, wouldn't it, guys? I mean, how am I supposed to see anything if nothing's working? That one's not working. I have another one. Let's see if that works. Fun and games, fun and games. But I hope you had a really, really lovely Halloween. We had quite a few trick-or-treaters, but not as many as usual, and I don't know why. So over here in this country, when for trick-or-treating, you put a pumpkin or decorations outside your house, and that lets people know that it's okay for them to come to your door to do trick-or-treating. And my son and my partner loves carving Halloween pumpkins. And my son hasn't carved one for years. He never used to like it because he actually doesn't like mess or stickiness. So when he was little, we would have to do take all the bits out the middle of the pumpkin and stuff, so that he didn't have to touch that. But no, he did it this year, and he made a cat. It was so cute. And so every time a trick-or-treaters came to the door, we were asking, because there were 3 pumpkins out there, and we were asking, so which is your favourite? And cat definitely won. But yeah, we put things out. Now, normally we have about 2.5 hours of just constant trick-or-treating. This year we got about an hour. And after about an hour, we didn't get anyone. So I don't know if it was because it was raining or whether there were parties or I don't know, guys. But yeah, that was a bit sad. Because, you know, it's always fun. It was good to see the parents dress up as well. It's not just the kids. The parents dress up and they tend to go out in groups. So you can have a group as big as 10 come to the door, you know. But at least we got some. I know in some areas, like in my daughter's area, she's never had one trick-or-treater, which she gets super sad about because it was a big thing when my kids were little. Like, they loved going trick-or-treating. And we've always had it here. So, you know, I've actually got loads of sweets left over, which my son and my partner are very, very happy about because they have a very sweet tooth. So they're super pleased about that. But still. Now this is... Oh, I just realised something. Oh, no. I'm going to have to undo this. Oh, no. This is going to go on there. Right, now the reason I had to undo this because I'm talking too much, is this piece of like green wool, whatever it is going to act as the cord to the plug. I actually had this piece of leather, but I did think it might be too big. But I also really like... Okay, let's just use it. Okay. See, change my mind. Change my mind. It's faux leather, it's not real. I think it's meant to be a hairband that I got given somewhere. And I thought, oh, that will work in a journal. It's because I'm talking too much. But yes, so we had a nice time. We played some games. We watched some movies. There's movies I watch every single year, but that my son hasn't seen in a couple of years. So... we've been watching a lot of Halloween movies together, which has been really, really nice. But also a little bit frustrating, because if he's working and things, I can't watch them. And I'm like, oh, I haven't watched this one yet, and I really want to watch it. I'm wondering about just doing a little stitch. But then I feel like if I do a stitch, I need to do a stitch all the way around. Does that then look like a plug? No, that's the problem. But it will fit onto there, and we're going to have the wire. coming off to the side there, and that will be stitched. Now, here's the other thing I need to do. Oh, these aren't quite ready yet. I really need to think about that plug. Do you know what I'm just going to do a single sort of stitch across there. Okay, so I did a straight stitch, slightly wonky, not on purpose. It's just, I can never do a straight stitch very well. Normally I think in terms of zigzag, and I think that's why I was thinking that wouldn't look right. But actually the straight stitch does work. So that's good. Now the thing I need to do is apply my magnets. And then that has to dry. So we need to realistically do this. And then we need to leave these to dry. Now normally I would put washi over things so it doesn't take as long, especially if I'm doing it like that, this. But these actually have to be. Do you know what I could have done? Do you know what? It doesn't matter. I was going to say I could have cut behind and put these magnets behind, but I'm not going to worry too much. It's not going to be my best make. That's okay. Now I need to match these up exactly. So this one goes here. And you can see I put some glue on so I know where to place them. This one goes here. Do you know what I did rewatch? I rewatched The Roald Dahl Witches with Angelica Houston. I love that movie. But when I was watching it, I thought, oh my goodness, this is so much scarier. Like, it holds up. When was it? 1990 something or whatever? It holds up today. It really, really holds up. Imagine these as if the hole in the wall. Nah, you know, the idea works. We're just going to give it some time. It really holds up. Much scarier than the one that then came out. Much, in my opinion. Let me know down below if you've seen both. Much scarier than that. Completely. And I just think it's so good. It's such a good movie. I'm wondering about putting like a spider's web as well. Now down here I wanted, where is it? Because we're taking the plug out of the Zoltar machine, I was almost like you'd bring in a bit of the machine down the bottom, a bit of the wood. Almost like that's part of the Zoltar machine. And I want to put a little Zoltar thing, I think, down there. I know where it's going in my head. Again, it's a representation rather than the exact thing. That's all good. Yeah, so I rewatched that and oh my goodness, guys. Like I said, it holds up so well. When Angelica Houston turns into the Grand High Witch and takes her mask off, wow, that still has creep factor. And I really have to say, I know the CGI and everything these days and AI and whatever else, but do you know what? I think those original movies that people had to make things and do it that way were just so amazing. And I wish more people still did that rather than rely on computers and things. That's just my opinion to that. So I do kind of wish that, but you know, I'm just going to rip this one. Is this one I don't mind? Yeah. And Angelica Houston, I mean, come on. She's just in that movie. So, so good. And what's really fun is watching it. Well, for me, maybe not for other people, is watching it and thinking, oh my goodness, that's a real mouse. How they got that mouse to do what it did, I will never know. But working out what's the real mouse and I mean, it's pretty obvious what the CGI mouse is, but working out the real mouse and what the real mouse is doing, oh my goodness, it's amazing. So I was watching it with my son and he has not watched it for years. And he was like, you let us watch this as a kid? I said it was a kid's movie. So yeah. But I was saying to him, look, it's the real mouse. It's the real mouse doing this, this and this. And it's got a black cat on it, in it. So, you know. And Jane Horrocks. What did we see her in? We watched her in something else recently. So, yeah, it's just a good movie, guys. Just a good movie. Let me know what you think down below. But I do think it is much better than the remake. Scarier than the remake. And I think that hotel is still standing, that you can go and visit it. It's in Cornwall, so that could be fun. Okay, what else do I have? What else do I have? I have another spider's web that could go down. I don't know if I want it down there or over the Zoltar. Kind of like it over the Zoltar. What do we think? I think I do kind of like it over the Zoltar. But we also have, we have a pumpkin. Where did the pumpkin go to? You were here a minute ago, pumpkin. There we go. Because in the original basement, we also had a pumpkin. We had the pumpkins there, but I don't know if it goes with the... I'm trying not to put that on there. I don't think I want this. We'll think about it. We will think. I also have this glass handled with care, which I kind of liked. The idea of bringing it on here, just because it being the Zoltar machine. But now I'm not... now I'm thinking maybe not. Okay, so I might put the Zoltar on here. Do I want any, like, plants or... There's just a little summit missing. Could put some plants on here. It's in the basement. We did have some plants in the basement. So yeah, that was fun rewatching that. I do try to watch it, I think, every year. I do try to do that. I just enjoy it so much. So... Okay, why can't I find what I want today? Why won't I find what I want today? Where's my other plants? Let me have a look if I've got any other plants in here that would work. I've got this green one, I suppose. We've got this kind of bluish one, but I don't really want the blue. Do have some twigs, but I don't think a twig really falls into what I'm trying to do. I don't know. So let's just pull some out and work with them. I don't know. Also, it is going to be... It is going to have, hold on. Maybe if I bring in some of my brickwork. It's going to have some inks on there is the word I was thinking of. I just got distracted by thinking. I suppose that's good. Got distracted by thinking. I'm going to have that there, I think. I like that. I like that. So this is just some of my brick, but it just gives that added little texture, I think. So I've had a few requests to not only do this, but also the papers, my hand-dyed papers that I make, that I've been cutting a lot of my die cuts out of. So those videos will be coming. I've actually had quite a few requests for different things, which is lovely. If you ever want to request something, I will try and do it depending on what it is. But I think I want another one up here, so I'm going to trim just the back of this. It really depends what it is. And it's great because sometimes I'm like, what do I do as a video? what video should I make this week? So having you guys say, well, how about this, does actually help sometimes. I'm even going to keep that tiny bit, because why wouldn't I? I wish I'd put the spider web underneath this now. I really, really do. This won't come up. Okay, that's all right. If I have to put it on top of the spider web, I will. Not too on top of it. Maybe this will do. So I will listen when you request things. It's just, obviously, at the moment, I've got all this. I'm working on all this, so it's a little bit hard to do other things. Because otherwise, you'd be getting like 3 videos a day. That's too much for you and me. So we don't want that. I wish I hadn't put my spider's web underneath. Yeah, I don't like it. Right, it's going to have to come down. That's the only answer for it. It's going to have to come down a bit. Right, that's better. Okay. Right, trying to put that on there. I'm going to trim this. Told you, not much idea what I'm doing today. We're just going with it and trying to remain hopeful. Okay. Now let's see how the Zoltar machine looks. Oh yeah, I much prefer that. But let's think about, firstly, where the lid to my glue is. And then let's think about what we can do on here to make it a bit more interesting. Okay, guys. So I've put the plug on because I've had an idea. I think I know what's irritating me a little bit about it. So I think I've got an idea, and again, it's just a representation, but look. Oh no, that's stuck. I knew it was going to. You've got to be careful, but that's going to really need gluing on there. But I've had an idea. So let's work on the background, because I need some inks on here, guys. I need to be doing something with it. It just needs a little something. So I'm going to grab a little bit of paper, and then once I've grabbed the paper, we're going to start adding inks and things. And I'm going to come on with my usual inks that I have been using. I just think this is going to add. It's just looking a bit flat and I don't like it. So I'm going to come on with my Forest Moss and my oxide spray. Now, theoretically, I'm wondering actually, I just got a brand new, yeah, let's try and open a plastic bag with gloves on, shall we? Oh my goodness me, why won't this open? Okay, brand new aqua pencil, because my actual pencil broke in half, so I've only got the lead bit. But what I'm thinking is I could come on in amongst some of these stones. It needs more depth. That's what it needs, and that's what my inked papers do. They give me a lot more depth to a piece. I don't even know where I'm going with some of these. I'm just coming in amongst them really loosely. Don't know if you can hear the dogs outside. Something has set them off. They're not my dogs. They are my neighbours. And then I'm going to come in with my, have I got my super thin pencil? Yeah. With a little bit of water and just smudge that a little bit. And let's see if this helps at all. Just to bring in a little bit of depth to a piece. Now I know this looks really dark right now, but if you've seen my other make, you just keep adding some water and it gets lighter. I've got my cloth. We're just trying to make it look a bit grungier because it's a bit too light in places. Again, I am not an expert in using these pencils. It's something I would like to get better at, but at the moment it's not something I'm particularly good at, but that's okay because we're just playing, guys. This needs to be darker. Needs to be a lot darker. Come on. Got some definition there. Yeah, I prefer that. Now this is a bit more of a kind of mess than the other one, but again, it adds depth and I like that. Now, I'm going to come on with a little bit of Vintage Photo Oxide Spray. I'm also going to do just a tad on there. And you would have seen me do this before. I don't tend to spray it. I tend to flick it. I do spray sometimes, but it just depends on the project that I'm doing. So, and we're going to come on with a little bit of the Forest Moss. My nemesis, this Forest Moss. I absolutely love it, but I don't know why this one leaks all the time. So, it's definitely user error, not to do with the product. Let's put the lid on this properly before I spill water absolutely everywhere. I'm going to let this run. We just need a little bit more interest on here. Needs to be a bit grungier. I'm going to try and get it off the plug socket too much, but we don't want it perfectly black. Now these colours are also on my brick that I've made, so that helps tie in my bit of the 3D brick with the other brick wallpaper that I'm using. So yeah, that's what that does too. Love this Forest Moss. It just doesn't like me very much. My bottle I'm on about. And then I haven't even sprayed on here yet. I don't want too much on the plug, but I also don't want it looking beautiful. So I think I'll actually come on with more of the Vintage Photo. Let's really put lids on these things, because I have a feeling today will be one of those days where I suddenly knock everything over. I'm just playing with it. Okay, I'm going to dry these off. So I just want to show you, look how grungy this is now. This is what we started off with. And my brickwork blends so much better. Maybe not so much there because the spider web should have been over the top, but definitely here. It blends so much better with this brick now that we've brought in some inking, some grunging, all that good stuff. I feel much happier. And we have the plug. Now, what I want to use, I'm not quite sure, but I've got some ideas. Okay, I think what I want to use is, it's CBT 0031 Halloween. This is Tony, Crafted by Tony's new Halloween stamp sets. And I am wondering, I don't think it'll work, but I was wondering about, would words work if I put them in the background? I think they're going to get lost. You won't see them. So should I just use a normal script stamp? Okay. Rethink that idea, guys. Rethink it. I'm going to bring in the Tim Holtz Entomology one. I'm going to do it in my Stays On Jet Black, especially as I've just used loads of ink. I'm just going to come on and try and do... Oh, yeah. We just need, guys, it just needs texture because it was looking... It was looking a little bit flat and I don't like that. So you can barely see it, but it is here in the background. It is adding more to the piece. Okay, I like that. Yes, that's making me so much happier. Okay, and we're going to come on with my favourite Tony. I know this is sold out. I did speak to Tony, telling her how much all of you love this, and she was saying she just can't keep this one in stock, and I'm not surprised, guys, because it's amazing. So It may not be in stock now, but just keep watch because she always gets it back in. But this is the Textures one, CBT 0015. And we're definitely going to come on with some of this because how could I not? How could I not? We're going to come on with my favourite, the dots. These little tiny dots, I use them with absolutely everything. Where on earth is my teensy tiny? Okay. We just have to use this one. And again, I'm going to come on with the Stays On Jet Black. We're just going to bring this on in places. And again, it's just kind of there in the background, giving us a kind of grungy. I even put some over my wall because that then pulls the two pieces together. It kind of looks like they're part of the same piece. This almost looks like, you know, drips or mold on the wall. You're saying yummy. Thank goodness we don't live in this place. Although I kind of do in the story because I've inherited it. So, oh, yes, please. I don't know why I love that dot one so much. I blame it on the fact I just love dots, like polka dots or anything like that. I love them, so I'm going to blame it on that. But there you go. And just to add a little bit more, just throw the kitchen sink at it today. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring in a little bit of moss. Now, obviously on plain brickwork, this would be very hard for you to do, but you could bring in a little bit of green with, say, like if you've got a distress crayon or some paint, you could come in with a little bit of green in between the different pieces. But as I actually have my brickwork here, I'm able to come in with the moss. I'm just going to put a little bit up there too, which is great because this is going to add more texture to the piece and tie it in with the other things. So just going to add bits of moss into place, bring my tweezers. I just love it. Oh yeah, I'm so much happier. So much happier. So, yeah. Let's do that. Yep. Don't need that bit hanging off there. Okay, so that's looking good. Just bits and bobs. And now over here too. So let's just put this on and put it into place. I'm so much happier. Can't believe the story's basically at an end. I feel a mix of sadness, but also excitement because I don't know. I don't know what's coming next year. I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're going to do another set of prompts. I know April used to do just general prompts for October dailies before she then decided to her and Priscilla would work on like story prompts. So I don't know. I guess we'll see next year, but I'm both sad because the story is coming to an end, but I suppose because I haven't done year 2, for me it's not exactly at an end yet because I've still got year 2 to do. Oh yeah, this is looking much more like my kind of tag now. Now it looks like a bell tag. Right, where is my wonderful crackle stamp? This is a Marianne Designs Textures Crackle MM1629. And I'm going to bring this on in, where is it? Versavine Vintage Sepia. And now I'm not adding it to here, just in case you're like, Val, how much are you adding? I just want to add it to almost like the plastic enamel on the plug or ceramic is cracked. So I want that on there. Brilliant! Ba-da-da! Feels so much better now. Oh, doesn't it look so much grungier? It's great. Okay, and this is too perfect. It's annoying me. Because obviously it would. It's too perfect. Now, originally I was going to put it down there, but what I've decided to do, guys, I've decided to actually put it on the back of the plug. That's what I've decided to do. That's where I think it's going to work best, is on the back of the plug. And then I might add something that makes absolutely no sense, but I think it'll look fun. So, well, not fun, but it'll work in that way. And we're going to have it stick up a little bit, like so. I don't want it completely flat. I mean, why would I? Oh, I know. So that is going to go onto here, like so. Do you see? I have that down there, like so. But then I have this piece that says glass, handle with care. Now, I just thought this would be fun to put on here too, because I'm going to use my sandpaper, because obviously my Zoltar machine has glass. So I thought this would be fun to bring on and really rough up onto here. Oh my goodness me, where's my cloth? There we go. And kind of have it down the bottom, glass, handled with care, which I thought was kind of funny because of the fact that we're turning the machine off. I don't know. You guys might be like, it's not funny at all, Bill. But I found it funny, guys. And I do want a little bit of spider web. Do I want all the spider web over one bit? Maybe I want it all over one side. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to attach this plug, but if these pieces aren't glued properly, which I think one of them aren't, you know, the glue hasn't dried properly, the plug is just going to not work the way I want it to just yet. But it will. It's just going to take time. But I need the plug attached because I need to sew around this. Too much. Right, I'm cutting my tag now. What am I doing? Belle, get yourself together. Always reminds me of, is it Art from Monsters University? Get it together, man. Yes, my brain is weird. And I'm thinking about putting that on there. That's what I'm thinking about doing. But I was thinking about putting brads in it. So what I'm going to do, guys, is our plug's going to attach. I wanted the wire, I want it a bit longer, so I'm going to have it like this. And I want to stitch this on. So I am going to go and stitch this. I am going to use a zigzag stitch because this really needs to stitch down. So I'm going to go and do that. Okay, guys, so whilst I, excuse me, whilst I was stitching, I actually also added a tab. But you can see this is loose. Oh, the plug is loose. Oh no, two of them have come off, but this is all stitched down. Right, this is very stressful because these are meant to be glued on here. They will actually glue, guys. It just does take time for them to dry. Why won't my glue come out now? Okay, so they need to dry, but you can see we have this. It's wanting to move near each other. I'm going to do it like that. And we have that. Now we can put the glass piece on here. And again, I want to add it with, I don't know, like metal. Oh my goodness me. Metal brads. That's what I want to do. But do I want small ones or large ones? I feel like everything's set to try me today. That's what I feel. They're like, oh, you haven't filmed in ages. We're going to make it hard for you. And who's there, you ask? Well, the little crafting gremlins. That's who, the mischievous little crafting sprites. That's who. They are making life difficult for me. They're probably upset that I've been away from my craft table so long. Ah, found the little stamping acrylic block. Now, where on earth are you actually joking me? Where is my pokey tool? Ah, found you. Aha, you thought you'd escaped, but you have not. Okay, let's come in and do some holes through here. So we have our plug that we're going to be able to pull on and off once things have actually dried. Sorry about the light reflecting there. So let me find 4 little brads. Okay guys, let me bring this up to you. I've used the tiny little Tim Holtz ones that look like tiny screws. I'm surprised I have any left. I use them all the time, but I just love how that looks. Now, I'm going to have to cut the rest of this off because we don't need the whole thing. Like so. Now, oh my gosh, no, come off there. You can't go on yet. Now, the other thing we haven't used yet is a spider. We use a spider in everything. So, I was wondering about bringing the spider on here. But I also had an idea of bringing this. We could do both. Let's do both. I'm going to apologise now for you guys who don't like spiders. But as I said, there's going to be spiders on basically every make in this. So, sorry, but that's where my mind is going during this project. Creepy spiders, creepy spiders. Oh, come on. My glue. I need to sort out the nozzle. Okay, I still need to go and wash it through, but I'm hoping this should really help now. So, let's hope so, hey? Let's really hope so. No, 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 no. Oh. Creepy, creepy spider. Creeping on the side. What I love about this is it really blends in with the background. This is one of those spiders that if you were in the house and you suddenly went to touch something, it would only move and then you go, oh my god, it's there. But yeah, obviously at night that's going to glow because it's glow in the dark embossing on it. But during the daytime, you're barely gonna be able to see it. Barely gonna be able to see it. So yeah, just to really creep those of you out who really don't like spiders, I've put basically almost an invisible spider that's camouflaged to the wall. Anyway, now I am going to bring on just a little bit of white, I want this over more, of white paint because we've used that in other places in these makes and I think it will work and just bring a little bit of lightness to the whole piece. Oh, I have to say I'm kind of loving it. Okay, all right, now what I need to do is, where is my, here it is. I'm going to put this over this and put this on there because I want it to attach, but I don't want the what are they called? Say it with me. Magnets. Oh my goodness me. I don't want them to be attaching. So my table's an absolute mess. And again, because my white is a bit thicker, the ink, do you know what I haven't got? There's a reason I haven't got that. Hold on. Let's do this. And let's spray this. Do some white splatters. Just a few little white splatters in places. Put it on the Zoltar. Okay. Oh, I love it. Let's just add more white splatters onto this. Because otherwise I'm wasting my paint. Okay. Okay, right. Let's move this before I end up with it absolutely everywhere. And now I need to dry it. Okay, guys, and here we have it. I really like how it's come together, considering I really didn't have too much of a clue and I wasn't holding out too much hope either. So shaken, I run back into the basement where the Zoltar machine is. I scan the room, see a crowbar on the ground and use the beak of the crowbar to latch on and unplug the Zoltar machine. Right, they're on there, but at least they're on there. So we can actually unplug it. Now, this will dry, so I will show you in the next video how it dries. I'm just going to put it back for now. How it dries and how you can pull it on and off. But you can see we've got our plug wire. We're in the basement. We've really grunged up this paper and made it look a lot, well, grungier, funny enough. We've got little hints to the Zoltar machine. We've got hidden spider and a not so hidden spider. We've got webs, we've got moss, we've got paint and splashes and magnets and all sorts of good stuff. So that's what we have. And yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. But until next time, guys, firstly, if you stuck around to the end, considering how this was a little bit chaotic, thank you so much. And don't forget to comment, share, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're still having lots and lots of grungy, creepy, crafty fun. Bye for now.